How do you discover the kid inside you again as an adult? So in general, I grew up in a healthy family with happy memories, but for many people, this topic might bring anxiety, pain, or grief. Many people grew up with unhealthy or dysfunctional families and cannot look back on their childhood with happiness. If this is a subject that is too difficult for you or is something that you are still processing, feel free to skip this video and join us again on a following video. For me, I think there's a certain amount of freedom that I had as a kid because there was a lower amount of responsibility for me. So being able to play outside with my siblings, creating stories and make-believe worlds, or just play games and sports are some of the things that I feel like I miss from being a kid.
Most of the things that I miss from childhood are from my younger years, like 10 years and younger. I definitely miss not having as many responsibilities. And I also just really miss the early years of just being able to be myself before all the messaging kind of came in about who I should be or what I should be doing. And I miss being just an unashamed extrovert with 60 pen pals, loving my friends and just loving life.
For me, some specific memories that I have of being a kid and really enjoying those moments are going on road trips or camping trips or out to a cabin that we would go to, and Thanksgiving family reunions. And I think the thing that I loved about all of those things was there was always an invitation for myself and my siblings and any other kids that were around for involvement and participation. And then also my parents reading aloud to myself and my siblings, I look back to with a lot of fondness. And then there were also just some summer things that we would do of playing volleyball with my dad's work. So I think just kind of that sense of togetherness and involvement and participation are things that I really enjoyed as a child.
So thinking back to who we were as kids and the things that we liked as kids, how do we bring some of that back into our lives now as adults? Now, we can't really get back to having minimal responsibilities, but for me, one of the things is taking the time to make sure that I have things that in between all the responsibilities that actually feed my soul, and not necessarily things that other people like to do or that other people tell me I should like to do or that I think I should like, but honestly assessing what feeds my soul. I also will always plug therapy, as that has personally been very life-changing and getting me back toward finding my extroverted side again, not hating myself or stuffing those things down, and allowing myself to be the fun-loving person that I used to be. It's honestly been kind of a game changer to stop and take a second to assess something and think about, when I think about this thing or wear this item or do this thing, how do I feel inside within my body? And usually I'll feel it within my chest. Does this item or activity or thought bring heaviness and tension, or do I feel lighter and happier and more myself? So some of the specific things that I have done to kind of bring back that part of myself that I remember as a child is letting myself enjoy wearing bright colored clothing or clothing patterns that just make my heart happy, and letting myself get back to my childhood dream of writing that just the years and time and life had turned into a pipe dream. And also learning to not be ashamed of my sense of humor or my laugh or the inflection of my voice or the things that just kind of make me me. And the last thing that I've been trying to continue to work on is making an intentional effort to find friends and finding my true community.
As Bonnie said, it is a little hard with all the responsibilities we have as adults to bring back some of that lack of responsibility freedom. So some of the things that I would like to bring back into my life, but I'm still figuring out how to, is sports. As a kid, I really enjoyed being active, being competitive, playing games, and having that intensity, I guess, in my life. But I want to do that with someone or like a group of people that I know. And I don't really have that group of friends right now. So that's either going out and finding friends or with friends that I have, inviting them to do things with me, but it's just organizing. And so that's like another like responsibility thing, kind of. So like how to make that not a responsibility and make it freedom will take some effort. So I think that's kind of the difficulty too, is just some things as a kid just kind of came naturally with neighbors or friends and you just started playing. But as an adult, you have to make that happen now. So that's one thing. And then the other one is just allowing for my creativity again. For me, that flows best when I'm not overwhelmed by busyness, and I've been incredibly busy recently, and so just trying to find a rhythm that I can have time where I'm not constantly going, and then that I'm rested enough that I can have that creativity flowing. It's just complicated. Anyways, so good luck finding your space to become a kid again, and I'm trying to.
Recognizing that we all have grown and matured and changed in a myriad of ways over the years, we are all still the same people that we've always been. And sometimes just taking some steps to allow ourselves to rediscover who we are and how we show up in the world can bring us a lot of freedom. Let us know in the comments how you have been rediscovering the kid in you. And we'll see you next time.
Bye. Back on with a lot of here we go. How